Welcome, you're right on time. Thank you for making time for Standard Job Career Series. And get this, everybody has a dream job, a career they aspire to achieve. And job seekers work hard to gain the necessary skill and experience to actually give them the knowledge and have an edge over the competitors who are seeking to fill a particular position. However, at times, despite the best efforts, and this might be due to various reasons, one might find it difficult to move one step closer to that particular sought-after job, especially at the entry level. So right here during this webinar series, and it's the first edition, mind you, we just want to take a look at how you can get it right. That's the theme of the webinar series, how you can get it right at the onset when it comes to considering an ultimate job seeking route. And right here we'll break down a toolkit in the best way you can actually achieve that ultimate career you've been angling for. My name is Jesse Rogers, and I'll be taking you through this particular important webinar series. And I'm not alone. Allow me to introduce the panelists, the well-able panel joining me right here on stage. I'll start with the gentleman on my immediate left. His name is Douglas Wanjala. He's a career coach and the CEO of Bold CV Kenya. Thank you so much for your time. And he has a wealth of experience in career coaching, having served as a mentor and a coach for over 5 years. So he's your go-to guy in case you're looking for your first job or looking for ways in which you can update your current career or just figure out what next. The lady in the panel, thank you so much for your time equally, Eunice Victoria, a career transformation coach and the CEO of Skills to Grow Africa. As I mentioned, she's quite passionate about helping people turn their careers into reality, and she's leveraging over 5 years experience in terms of coaching when it comes to communication consulting, when it comes to organization development, and even coaching to help clients unlock their true potential. So we'll definitely get proper input from her contributions right here. Last but definitely not least, Nicholas Siwatom, who's the Chief Talent Officer at the Standard Group PLC. Over 20 years of experience when it comes to helping professionals build their careers, and he is definitely seasoned when it comes to headhunting. He's a professional recruiter, a trainer, and a coach with vast experience when it comes to interview preparation, job search methods, resume development. That's an interesting one, and we'll get to delve deeper into that, and of course career planning strategies. So lady and gentlemen, many thanks for your time, and I'm pretty sure our audience back at home are definitely looking forward to your insights. Remember, you can actually interact with us via Standard Digital on Facebook and Standard Jobs on Facebook. And interestingly, in case you're out there and looking for a job, we've definitely give you a platform to get job updates. You can easily SMS Kazi, send Kazi to 22840. So ladies and gentlemen, we're here to sort of make this issue a little bit more clearer for those who are seeking jobs, and we'll break it down into various topical issues, starting with job exploration, going down to personal branding, and I must say personal branding on point, and moving on, pre-application activities when it comes to resume writing. What exactly do employers look out for? And Siwatom will definitely give us his insights into what employers look out for, because you have approximately 10 to 15 seconds to capture the attention of your future employer. What exactly do you need to write? And when you move on to the next process, it's all about preparing for an interview. Are you a nervous person? How do you fight the butterflies to actually get the message across and show you're actually of benefit to that particular position you're angling in the organization? So I'd like to start with you, and it's quite interesting that once you graduate, and it's all pomp and color during the graduation ceremony, and right after, the transition periods are usually tough. Right after, you move from a graduate to an unemployed person, and the big question comes to your head: what next? Where do I look to in terms of putting the skills I've learned to practice? So how would you best describe that? What next for a graduate who's looking to make the next step into employment?
Absolutely. absolutely. Thank you so much, Jesse. So when it comes to graduation and the life after graduation, of course, it's an uncertain period of time for a majority of individuals. Like I can say probably all of us, we've been there before. So what I would probably like to set clear is that when you look at your initial job, that job might just be a job. It would be not probably your dream job. Yeah. And number two, you want to look at it as a stepping stone for you to get to where you need to get to. Yeah. And the first thing you probably want to look at is to be practical, because sometimes I've had individuals come to me and they say, okay, Douglas, I'm an engineer, I'm a graduate engineer, I am not getting the best paying job, and I thought I'm an engineer. It's you know, probably a well-sought profession. Yeah. So at the end of the day, is to, number one, be realistic. Yeah. There is nothing wrong about starting small, the baby steps. And then number two is to look at how do you position yourself, yeah, to make the most of your start. Because that is the area where we want to leverage the most. It's not how you start, but it is how you position yourself for that start. Okay. That is where branding comes in. For instance, you want to start and launch on a fresh position. You want to launch on the best possible food you could get. And that means you want to look at how do you communicate the value contribution that you have to bring to the table. Yeah. Okay. That is where you begin to, you know, round yourself in terms of what skills do you have. Yeah, do an inventory kind of imagining what you need to have for you to succeed in your areas of interest, and therefore what that would mean for your future positioning as far as job searching is concerned.
Okay, and it's a whole process. So Victoria, let's evaluate the mindset here. Should one always jump at the first opportunity? Should I hold my cards close to my chest, pass this volunteering opportunity, this internship opportunity, as I wait for that particular dream job?
Yeah. Actually, I was just thinking about what Douglas was saying, which was interesting. Something about entering that transition. When you're in campus, you're not in babysitting school. Yeah. You're already learning some skills. You're supposed to now use these skills into the job market, put them into something tangible. So that will now explain, do I want to be an engineer or do I want to go back to entrepreneurship? Now, when it comes to now, you've jumped there, you've done all these skills in school, gotten your marks very well, not lied to the teachers. Yeah. It's now time for you to now say, okay, now let me go into the job market. Yeah, and there are two ways of going into that entry-level market. Yeah, first you can try to use the skills you've been taught in school, the ones you did for 4 years, and try to give solutions around, you know, if it's communications, you can try to be writing blogs. If it is public relations, you can try to do media relations for small companies and so on. So when you now have to go into the job market, first, you'll have to be very proactive, because most employers will want someone who is skilled in a certain area. All right. So yes, you cannot, no one can just tell you to come and be, you know, just a shopkeeper somewhere. Use that skill to enter into the job market. So what we normally do is when you enter, go with that skill, yes, but you've been given any role, do it, but still find ways of creating solutions with what you learned. You know, that's where you find, oh yeah, Victoria is passionate about communication. Let's remove her from shopkeeping and give her a brand, you know. So just take anything and let's grow from there. Okay. Yeah. But
there's the money factor, and the first job is not always as attractive as it should be, perhaps in reality, when it comes to the actual job. You might be given a lot of workload, but the money is not there as you had envisioned. And this is where, as you were told, you come in. How exactly do you balance the expectations versus reality, especially when it comes to the first job? And equally, there's usually that requirement, years of experience. Yeah. Why is that important, especially since I'm just entering the job market? Where will I remove the 2 years experience? Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for that question. And I think Douglas and Victoria really, you know, touched that point of transition from school to work. And one thing people don't realize is school is the place you gain a lot of experience. You know, and school is structured in a manner to give you those skills.
You know, whether it's group work, whether it's assignments, whether it's research, whether it's debating club, whether it is, it's meant to develop your skills that will be required at the job market. Okay. That's very important. So you just can't find yourself very ready for employment if you didn't prepare well during school, you see. So those assignments, I always tell students, please do your assignment. Don't wait for others to do for you. True. Then you want to just ride on others. Because as you do, you're gaining skills, problem solving skills, communication skills, writing skills. You know, those skills are very important. You know, working in group work, dealing with other members who are difficult, resolving conflicts within your school, but it's your class. But you're learning skills that when you come to the employment, they will be very useful. Now we talked about the, you know, when there's an opportunity, do you just pick any opportunity? Yeah. Number one, what I normally recommend is if you have an opportunity to do job shadowing, it's very nice. Because maybe you don't know really what happens for a finance person, an accountant. So what do they really do? Maybe you watch TV and you see, you know, the lawyers dressed very well, you know, and they are really sharp and doing very well. Yeah. But when you go to the law firm in town, you carry big files across streets to the High Court. And you say, maybe this is not what I wanted. Yes. So that job shadowing will really help you to understand that work requires a lot of work to be able to grow and reach where you want to reach. And in terms of the money you're talking about, that the expectation in terms of the cash may not be there, I would say chase the experience, the skills, the money will follow. True. Money will always follow where the talent is. You will not have a challenge. Is there a requirement of a certain type of experience, a certain measure of experience at the entry level? Because we've seen Kenyans on social media going up in arms in terms of, I haven't had an opportunity yet. These jobs are asking for 2 years experience. How do you go about that? And Victoria talked about it. And that's experience. People forget to put such experience in their CV. Even if it's during your long holidays, you know, there's a shopkeeper, wholesaler in your small town, and you are studying some accounting or procurement. Go and offer your little skills and say, I can help you design a procurement process. I can help you design your financials. You see, you've learned something. You've learned some trial balance in school. You know, you put that. And you put in your CV, you know, for 3 months I worked in this place and I was doing, you know, this type of accounts. Okay. That's experience. You know, you've done some sales work when you are during your long holidays. That's experience. Do not take like the experience we are looking for entry level to be the type of experience we are looking for mid-level and above. I get you. Not at all. Okay. Yeah. So no one expects you to have that experience of 5 years, 6 years. If you apply for that job, that's the wrong job for you. Okay. Yeah. That's